no stuff. So, today, I believe that we're going to try and draw a little bounding box around our little fishy friend here. Famous last words. I'm hoping that that'll only take about an hour. And now prepare for me to be here for the next 5. So, to get things started, I have a couple of vertices and indices prepared. So we're gonna have a struct bbox mesh, which is going to be a public stylizer mesh. Let's go take a look. It's not in core, that's in model. At what exactly a mesh wants us to create. Hi Pixels, how are you doing? Are you doing anything fun? So you want to be able to look up attributes and specify the available attributes. You want to get attribute indices, attribute storage. Indices view, meshlets view. We're not going to support meshlets. So good. Well, that's good. AI is happy to hear that. On the set side of things, we're gonna go stylizer throw. Bbox mesh is read only. Hey, look, it's a technology. How are you doing? I guess I should probably write down some goals for today's stream. So goal 1 is that we want to draw a bounding box. Goal 2 is that we want to create a bounding box for a mesh and model. And then once we have those 2 bits of information, we should be able to draw the bounding box of a mesh. So let's pin both of those. Okay. The Bbox mesh is read only. Meshlets view is going to return nothing. No meshlets. Indices view is going to return. Let's have a const expr static stud array of uint32_t indices, which is going to equal. That's not how you spell indices. I totally don't have a mesh prepared on the side, which will hopefully work. And now we should be able to just return indices. So let's have available attributes, and this is going to be a const expr static stud string view attribute is going to be equal to stylizer common, and let's look at material. We're on Clang. Why are we getting autocomplete? Common mesh attributes, positions. And so then we're gonna return stylizer, span. Those reactions taking too long to compute. Let's look at graphics. Util span from value. Attribute. You got his post, huh? Like his chat delayed for you? Is that what you're saying? If name equals positions, return 0. Otherwise, we're gonna return nothing. Attribute indices. Size underscore t index equals 0. And we're going to return span from view index. And then attribute storage. What does dynamic mesh attribute storage do if it's given an invalid index? You just answered a post? Oh, I see. What was his post? Am I being small CPU? Model dynamic mesh. So it always returns 1. So we're gonna have stylizer storage. And we're gonna store a stud math float for positions. And we're going to return positions. And when the B-box mesh is created, how do I want to do this? We're gonna go positions dot end place back. So positions dot end place back. So whenever we make a B-box mesh, this all happens, and we're gonna go static B-box mesh reference singleton. And then we're gonna have a static B-box mesh, which we're gonna return. Which data structure is faster? That's it. You're gonna be honest, you have little understanding of 3D game engines? although you do work on 2D, technically, a 2D engine is a 3D engine. Because all they do... Actually, let's pull up Blender. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Cause technically all they do is they just lay out planes in the world. RX90. And then they have a camera that just looks at the world like this. So every sprite is a plane. And if we have like another sprite, right? That's like GY -1, -1, okay? And then GX, right? From the camera's perspective, this is how you get overlapping, like layering. Different layers just go further back in 3D space. But that's not how it really looks to us, right? It looks like they're just layered right on top of each other. Even though if you change the angle, it's gonna look something like this. Well, they're probably gonna not use that extreme of a distance. They're probably gonna use something rather close, so something more like this. But behind the scenes, most modern 2D engines are 3D engines. Cool. So we have our mesh. And now we want a struct bbox material. Public stylizer material. It'll probably be good. I feel like C++ is just harder than C. SDL3 completely changed their API, did they? I keep finding myself on the SDL2 docs. And like everything I've read on the SDL2 docs so far has applied to SDL3. Okay. So, to make a material, we need to specify textures, buffers, attributes, buying groups, upload. So for starters, we're gonna have a static bbox material creates, which is going to take a stud math color 32 color, which I think we're gonna default to red. Oh, we also need a context. Context, reference, context. I don't think we need to... Yeah, we don't need to upload because the system will automatically upload on use. But now you don't really create renders or do SDL. You don't do SDL init? I do SDL init. You don't do this anymore? Nani? It's not like SDL and net greater than 0 or does not equal 0? What does it return? Well, yeah, they switched to returning a bool, so it's easier. Actually, yeah, I guess instead it's SDL. So if not SDL in it, right? ... Which is like 2 characters less than this. And because of the way C works, this code still would have worked in the old version. Okay. So we need some source code. So const expr static stud string view source. It's gonna be a raw string. And we're gonna start by copying flat materials shader. We do want the utility buffer and the instance buffer. So we want both of those. We want a config struct, which gives us a float 4. But we don't need colors. The only thing we're gonna get as input is a float 3 position. Float 3 position. Yeah. I don't think I need UVs to vary. So then we have our pass-through vertex shader. I'm not gonna do any of the sRGB stuff here. So all we have to do in the fragment shader is return configs 0 dot color. And so I think for both of these, we're going to return nothing. For requested mesh attributes, we're going to do the same thing as in the bounding box for what's available. And we're going to go copy this. Hi, battery. How are you doing? Actually, we're not gonna call these all B-box. I'm gonna call these AABB. I said I'm gonna call these AABB. I'm gonna go context dot create. Actually, how much of this can we wholesale copy from flat material? We want to config. Should we want all of this? Let's throw this into struct code so that we can collapse it away. How are you doing, Mr. Battery, though? Why does Battery, after sending one message, get the number 1 crown? Oh, is that like a global thing? Does it like track it over time? I'm confused. AI does not understand. Because you are the king. You are the king. I'm gonna return stylizer span from value. Returning the group. So config buffer. Does all that. We're not gonna do the create from configured thing. So we're just gonna go AABB material out. Out.config. Out.vertex. Out.fragment. Out. We don't need to specify positions in the vertex buffer anymore. Why is Clang part? Okay, let's delete the cache. And let's open this again. I guess now I have to watch the lives 24/7 to get number 1. Yes, please. But you think you missed one? Well, technically, you love friendly competition? You're in summer holidays for the next 2 months. Today we learned that Pixels lives in the southern hemisphere. Because it's freezing winter time up here. Let's look at graphics. API. Render pipeline. And the thing I'm looking for is primitive topology, which we want to be line list. And that's top level. So up here, dot primitive topology. Equals render pipeline config. So stylizer, graphics, render pipeline config, primitive topology triangle list. Nope. Not triangle list. Line list. I guess we'll also set line pixel width equals 5. I don't believe that does anything. It's summer for you too, but you still have school? Your school gives us like no holidays during the year, but summer they give 3 months. You're busy, but enjoy stream. Thank you for stopping by, Leo. I guess I need a stylizer frame buffer reference Bing. Stylizer context reference. Okay. I move stuff into buffers. None of that's necessary. We're just gonna go and upload color. And then in upload, upload I don't think will do anything. So in upload, we just return star this stylizer, and then what are we doing? Bind groups. If group, we return it. Otherwise, our bind group, our binding is just one. So we're just gonna do span. Sure, this is fine. Also, AI started making Tetris to try and warm up my C++ again. Nice. You're back. Welcome back. Is it good to be back? Who's ready for me to push the compile button and have everything explode in my face? You heart C++? I heart C++. So, we need one last bit of magic here. We want void draw, and we're gonna take a const stud math AABB. Ooh. No, this only works for boxes. Template type name ting. On AABBT3, reference AABB. We also need a stylizer context. And we're gonna do the same. And we need a color. You heart C's? Oh no. You heart C and you have like $3. I don't know how it feels to come back. Your voice sounds better now, I guess, and you're working on something new. Last time I was here, you were making We're still on the fish. We're still on the fucking fish. Okay. Okay, but technically, we're not drawing the fish. We're drawing a bounding box around the fish, so we are doing something different. So... auto matrix is going to be stood math transform matrix. Let's go take a look at what that looks like. Because I can completely remember all of my APIs off the top of my head. Transformation matrix. Nice, 10 out of 10. Position, rotation, scale. So position is going to be AABB dot center. Rotation is going to be stood math quaternion identity. And scale is going to be stood is going to be AABB.size. But that's wrong. Because we want this to be an instance buffer 1 instances. And this is instances 0.model. Is going to be all that. I guess we should also take a stood optional stylizer utility buffer. So that we can do the camera. Util equals nothing. And now what we're gonna do, let's make a singleton version of this as well. No, actually, because we want the color. So we're gonna make a model. A stylizer model. We're gonna go model dot push dot in place back. On the one side, we're gonna have AABB mesh singleton. And then on the other side, I'm going to go AABB material mats. Actually create auto mat equals create context. Let's give the color. Oh, we need a frame buffer. Shoot. So color is red. Yeah, color is red. You have really good news? What's your good news? The fish looks great though. You'll go and come back and you'll be done with the box. Well, bye. We have a hackathon tomorrow in my uni. And you can't even code a simple web page? Good luck, I believe in you. Between context, frame buffer, color. And we're gonna move to owned that. Okay. And now we're going to draw. Actually, auto. So we're gonna call this draw instanced. So we draw the ABB instanced. How does model draw take it? Model draw takes the buffer base. Instance data? Sure. And what exactly does the buffer base give us? Count. Let's have it give us a virtual instance data reference at size underscore t index equals 0. So at is return base at index. I believe that's the same thing here. That means the competition isn't too challenging. Your good news is my mom said I might be able to apply to Starbucks. Congratulations, you get to be a barista. Well, you're in your first year and seniors are participating as well. I'll probably try to learn something from... Well then, rely on people, right? You just said that people know something. You're like 4 years away from having that. Okay. And since we did this here, we need to do it here. Boop. 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 Okay. So for size underscore ti equals 0, I is less than instance data dot size dot count plus I. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go instance data dot at I equals, and we're gonna call this matrix. This is our model, so matrix times instance data dot at I. Now we have our model. What does model draw give us? Model draw gives us the render pass. So we'll keep that up. stylizer. And now we're gonna go return model dot draw instanced. And so we need the context. Oh, we also need a render pass. Ay, ay, ay. Pass. ABB color. So draw the context. Context CTX. The pass. The instance data and the util. And then we're gonna have another one, which is just gonna be draw. We're not gonna take the instance data at all, so we're just gonna draw the AABB. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna go instance, analyzer instance data, buffer 1, data, instances, and then we're gonna go instances 0 dot model is going to be stylizer. No, it's gonna be stood math float for identity. And then we're going to draw instanced with the context, the frame buffer, the pass, the AABB, the instances. This isn't really instances though, this is instance. The color and the util. Well, I'm in first year and seniors are participating as well. I'll probably, well, bye. You gotta do some DSA. Good night, or maybe morning. Good morning. I'm not joking, but a bunny just came out of your... What? A bunny? Have you made Tetris before? I've made VR Tetris. Does that count? It wasn't good. It was terrible to play, but I made it. Let's do namespace stud struct hash template, and this is going to be stud math color 32. Let's go look up how exactly I write std hash. Std hash. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. How are you doing, Octopite? Are fun things happening for you? As I try to remember how to write std hash. Nothing interesting happens in the constructor. So we just take a color 32 reference. You're good. It's been a while since you've been on a stream. Well, welcome. Our goal today is to take this amazing fish and draw a super ugly red bounding box around it. So step 1 is we want to be able to draw a bounding box. And then step 2 is that we want to create a bounding box for a fish. You're actually British, I see. What are you using to render? So I have a custom graphics API that I wrote that's doing most of it. But when I say custom, it's more of a wrapper around WebGPU than anything more complicated. So I guess the technical answer to your question is we're using WebGPU as our graphics API. So how do we hash a color? Well, it just stood hash float hasher. And then we're gonna go return. We're just gonna call this H. H of C dot X XOR H of C dot Y XOR H of, that's not a C, C dot C XOR, let's actually use the R G B H of C dot A. So now we should be able to throw in a static stud unordered map on color 32. And we're gonna map that to a AABB material. Material cache. And so now if not material cache dot contains color, then material cache color is going to equal a new material, and we're going to, instead of creating a color every time, use the material cache. Okay. And so now if here I set up an a stud math AABB from center size, and we're going to actually, isn't there a VR Tetris sound? It was not a good idea. That was very much a failed experiment. From center size. But no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for box. From center size. 0, 0, 0 is our center, and our size is gonna be 1, 1, 1. We'll make it long on the Z, I guess. Auto AABB. And now down in our draw, we're going to go draw instanced context frame buffer pass, and we're not going to draw instance, we're going to draw AABB. Color is going to be red, and util. Who's ready to see how this explodes in my face? Was the VR Tetris for a class? No, the VR Tetris was to teach myself how to do VR pro work. You made a very bad wrapper for SDL 2. It isn't even finished. Congratulations. I made a very bad wrapper for SDL 3 and it isn't even finished. Does that count? Since we changed stud math, like the whole library is gonna have to recompile now. So my weekend job, what I did over the weekend, is I rewrote most of the library using C++ 20 modules. And it does compile faster now. Stood by. This is the one from coming in from fish. Oh. Because you added yourself up at the top. Thank you, Clang. I appreciate you breaking my builds. Stylizer. 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 It's not how you spell stylizer. Stylizer. We don't need the source. We're not doing that. We're doing code source. Did I miss a stylizer in here somewhere? It's an abstract class. What's at the top here? Instance data at. It's not marked override. Is not marked override. Is not marked override. Is not marked override. Because I don't have the move owned macros. Let's grab core, frame buffer color depth, derived. So AABB mesh is inherited from stylizer mesh. And AABB material is inherited from stylizer material. It's not marked override, 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 override. I'm not robotic, am I? Override. 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 Should probably be a stylizer there. Float 4x4 identity. Override. So anything about you being robotic? Me? Because I'm always worried about it. You know? Okay. No viable conversion. From const. We're just gonna unsafe cast that. Yeah, should we be storing? How exactly? Let's look at mesh. How exactly is vertex storage? Oh boy. It's a variant. Shoot. Stylizer, mesh, vertex. Actually, we should be able to just use vertex storage. So positions equals stylizer, storage, stud, math, floats, 4. Actually, what I can do is I can go positions, and then I can go this positions equals positions, and now it should be happy with me. Our reference type.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
It will make it an R value cast then. Well, then let me do an R value cast. No. Okay, auto out equals span from value. Reference cast out, and then pass it through stud move. This, if you're so worried about it, why choose AI as a name? Cause I have a bit. Why are you judging me for what I am? Yeah, go cry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Up. Throw. Stud runtime. Error. So if we go and do a const value span, out equals indices, then we can do our same trick where we go reference out stud move. No function call for byte span because it should be stud math, color 32. These need to have an out in front of them. You have to go now? You need sleep for school? Sleep well, Mr. Battery. Thank you for stopping by. Invalid use of this. Return out. Guess we do the same trick. Auto out. Span from value. You know what? At this point, I kind of want to just do an unsafe remove const. Graphics, backend. Util, spans. So, export, template, type name, team, stud span, team, unsafe, remove const, stud span, const, team, in. So we're going to return stud move a span t reference in. And we'll tuck that at the bottom of the file. And so now we should be able to go unsafe, remove const. Unsafe, remove const. That was a pretty low level module change, so we're gonna have to rebuild a lot. The Clang language server crashed 5 times in the last 3 minutes. The server will not be restarted. Nice. 10 out of 10. Actually, we're gonna put this in namespace unsafe. We're gonna remove unsafe from the name. Stylizer, unsafe. Remove const. We should probably put span in the name. Span. Remove const.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Stylizer, unsafe. Span, remove const. Indices.
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Well, alternatively, There's no argument these views should be const. But that is not a today problem. Okay. I guess to use those, we'll need to import stylizer spans. No. You and 32 underscore T. You match now? Guess if I spell it right, you might you int 32 underscore T. Box floats. Actually, we'll do stud math F32. Actually, we'll do stud math realty. Stylizer, unsafe, span, remove const. Turn draw instance. Model. The model. Fantastic. Structs. Color equal. What is stud equal to? Look like stud equal to. We're gonna take stud math color 32. And we're gonna return equal to LHS, RHS. And we're going to go stud hash. Stud math color 32, and we're gonna go color equal. Stud math float 4 equal 2. Stud math float 4 reference. Dang. We're gonna have to go into stud math and fix this operator stuff. Auto bing. It's starting to be a real pain. And since we're looking for usability, things that are a real pain are bad. Stud math equal to. Next turn, stud math, vector, partials, at ops, we have equal to. Check inline. Oh, they're inline. Inline is bad. That the problem here? Inline makes it hard to export. I wonder if inline is the keyword to undo export. Will you now be able to match equal to? Oh, I guess I put it in there. So yeah, stud color equal. What out of stud? And now we're not trying to deduce stud equal to? Perfect. We want all of equal to LHS, RHS. Will it even do? Does that even fix this? No. So we'll have to fix that. And we need to get rid of the stud now. Undefined reference to at. Undefined reference to buffer base at. Huh. I mean, it's declared virtual right there. Oh. I'm using the wrong base. There we go. That also means the same thing will happen up here. Oh boy, let's push the button. Will it work? It exploded. Because our shader's wrong. So UV is not a member of what we're bringing in or what we're sending out. So we should actually, we don't even need variance. We should just return float 4 and mark it as an SV position. And then we can skip the whole bracket thing. And then don't think we bring anything in. And let's see how the shader compiler feels about it. Why do I still have UV? Okay, let's see how the shader compiler feels about it. So we're crashing somewhere. Will the debugger let us debug it? Or will the debugger crash? Why won't you let me fold away the code? This is tragic. about anything here. I only care about new things, so I care about here. Guessing there shouldn't be launch fish with LDB. I don't believe we get to look at any parameters because I don't know how to parse them. But we should be able to step. Or not. We'll have to rebuild GCC. Which I think marks right now as a good point to call it for the day. How's the Twitch count looking like? Anybody fun to go and raid on Twitch? Nope. So I think we're just gonna call it for the day. Thank you everybody for stopping by and have a good time zone.